We thank God He'll bring us through the fire. Thank God. Job chapter 1 verse 20.
Show up.
And God brought Job through, didn't He?
Yes, He did.
Oh yes, He brought us through. And He'll bring us through too. So we'll pray for the meeting. October, facing some difficulties, but that goes with the lay of the land, always in outreach. The devil hates outreach. You all know that, don't you? He hates us when we do it. But that's all right. Amen. God wants us to help us and bring us through the fire. One more time.
Yes.
Job chapter 1, please.
Then Job arose
Yes.
and rent his mantle and shaved his head
Yes.
and fell down upon the ground and worshipped.
Wait a minute now. Job did 3 things. Number 1, he rent
His mantle and shaved his head
shaved his head,
and fell down upon
and
the
fell
ground
down on the ground and worshiped.
and
Read on.
worshipped, and said, Naked came I out of my mother's womb,
Mother's womb.
and naked shall I return thither.
Return thither.
The Lord gave,
The Lord gave.
the Lord hath taken away.
Taken away.
Blessed be the name of the
Name of the
Lord.
Lord. Read on, please.
In all this,
In all this,
Job sinned not,
Job sinned not,
nor charged God
nor
foolish.
charged God foolishly. 21 again, please.
And said,
And said,
Naked came
Naked.
I out of my mother's womb,
Yes.
and naked shall I return thither.
All right.
The Lord gave,
Lord
and
gave.
the Lord hath taken away.
Taken away.
Blessed be the name of the Lord.
I thought this morning in Greece, you cannot take it with you.
My Lord.
Hey to God, we were up early this morning and the thought begun at about 1 o'clock earlier than that. And God letting me know, Prince, there's some things you just cannot take with you. Some things are not complementary to Church of God. Some things just don't fit in God's scheme of things.
Amen.
Some things just don't fit. And Job, I think, saw this. He said, look, I can't take my cattle with me. I can't take my wife with me, per se. I can't take riches. Some things I can't take with me.
Amen.
But I can take God with me. Isn't that right?
Amen.
You can always go and available.
Amen. Amen.
Notice Genesis 35, verse 2. So then when again, some things, the battle is very, very fierce now.
Oh, yes. There it is.
Oh,
And it has been for the past about maybe 9 years. And I thank God warned us about that years earlier. The Spirit told me, he said, look, there is a bullseye on your chest at the old house. Another man came to me and said, Brother Moon, the devil has assigned himself to your case. So there was a warning there, and I thank God of that. We need warnings, don't we, saints of God? So we are in a very peculiar battle now.
Oh, yes.
And he's designed it in such a way where many can't shake it. Many can't sense it. And they're going along like everything, all is well. It is well in your heart, but not in the world. The people are at turmoil, you understand? But the people backslide, leaving God. And that's very serious. When one backslides, brother, that is serious. That is serious. That's serious.
Yes, sir.
Not a whole city. When one person backslides, that is serious. No matter the reason, it's serious. The devil has reclaimed somebody, took back somebody. Listen, I was preaching yesterday down the street meeting yesterday, and I was talking about how Jonah was swallowed by the whale, and also they call him a fish. In the book of John, the book of Job, whale, a fish. And here's what happened basically. You know the story. Jonah was going away from God. And whenever you do that on any limit or level, something's going to swallow you, saints of God and friends. You'll be swallowed by something. When Jonah ran from God, he went down to Tarshish, down in the ship, down in the fish, the bottom of the ocean for 3 days. So when we go away from God, something going to swallow us. And if God don't get you out, you'll be swallowed for eternity.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, some are swallowed by women, like Solomon was. Some are swallowed by power, like Amalek was. Some are swallowed by both. Some are swallowed by addiction. power being somebody. But when we leave God, something's going to swallow us up. And only God can bring you out. Only God can deliver us into God.
That's right.
So that's why, brother, I want to say as near as God as I can, don't you?
Amen.
The song, the verse says, right, when I God, he will draw nigh to me. And then when I said, Lord help us, the enemy's trying to get our prayer life.
Oh, yes. That's the truth, brother.
He's trying to get our study life.
Yes.
I can sense that. He's trying to, I'm still studying, but doesn't have that ring it had. He's trying to get between us and God. Did you all know that? And he does it by getting into our consecration, into our dedication. Because he knows when we get busy, something's going to lack. And it's usually our time with God. Lord, help us. Keep our consecration tight and challenging. Somebody said, Brother Solomon, where did he go off? That's where it happened. It wasn't the woman first off. But he got so busy. The temple was built, what, 15 or so years? But he kept on building, kept on adding. And he just got busy and just got tied up with life. And he no longer did those 20,000 sheep. No longer did those oxen by the thousands. Because he was tied up with legitimate things, but they stole his time with God.
That's right.
Lord, we want to spend time with you. Isn't that right? Spend time in the closet. Praise the Lord. The devil hates that. He hates closet time. He hates prayer time. He hates fasting. You know that it's closer to God. I want to be near to God, don't you? And these old dark, perverted, pervasive times, people are coming, brother, turn from God and don't sense it. May God help us to draw nigh to God. So again, some things will hamper our way in doing that. Notice Genesis 35:2. Read on, please.
Then Jacob said unto his household,
Yes.
and to all that were with him.
One more time. Let me go in reverse briefly. Whenever an individual goes away from God, they begin going down. They're going down. It might be in their prayer life, fasting life, but they begin to go down. And something is there to capture them. It might be self. It might be money. But the way the Bible depicts that well, Jonah will swallow it up. You know, there's all types of wells today. There's all types of wells. Fish are everywhere. And they're there for a reason. They're at the back door of the church. At the front of it, waiting to swallow somebody. And it could be legitimate. Starting out. But after a while, separates from God. But I think Jonah repented, isn't that right?
Yes.
He said, Lord, have mercy on me. Lord, forgive me. And he went on to do God's will. Then when the fish is only right outside the door,
My God.
the whale is only 10 foot away. He's there, hungry, smelling life, wants to swallow somebody. Well, Brother Moon, that's impossible. A fish can't swallow no man. Yes, they can. The sperm whale is longer than this building.
True.
Weighs about, 15 tons. His esophagus, his throat area is about 22 inches. And he can't swallow a man. The devil can swallow a man too. Did you all know that? He'll be walking around, talking, and swallowed up with whatever is in his way. Some are swallowed up by power. Some are swallowed up by division. Some are swallowed up by unforgiveness. Some are swallowed up by confusion. By being married or divorced. You understand me this morning? But they're swallowed nevertheless. Read on, please.
Then Jacob said unto his household,
Yes.
and to all that were with him,
All right.
put away the strange gods that are among you,
Yes.
and be clean,
Be
and
clean.
change your garments.
Read on, please.
And let us arise, and
Yes.
go up to Bethel.
Up to Bethel.
And I will make there an altar unto
I'll
God,
make an offering
who
to God.
answered me in the day of my distress,
Yes.
and was with me in the way which I went.
Read on.
And they gave unto Jacob all the strange gods
All the strange
which
gods.
were in their hand,
Yes.
and all their earrings which were in their ears.
Yes.
And Jacob hid them under the oak which was by Shechem.
When they were going to Bethel, Bethel was a place of a lot of fresh water was there. It was good for a refreshing. And you know, sometimes you and I need a what? A refreshing.
Yes,
Oh, yes.
Yes, oh God.
We need a refreshing.
Yes.
Not from television, not from no cell phone, not from the LP. A refreshing thing that from heaven down to our souls.
Yes, Lord.
A refreshing from God that'll build you up and encourage you and keep your vision, thank God, clear. A refreshing from God. So he's going to Bethel to get that. The prophet knew where to go. No, not here. There, we're going to Bethel to get a refreshing down in our soul. We need help. A refreshing in our heart. A refreshing in our mind. A refreshing in our spirit. It only comes from Almighty God. Bethel was a beautiful place. Attractive. Oh, God beautifies the meek with what? Salvation. Brother and friends, if you believe this, say amen. When salvation is done right, it's a beautiful thing, isn't it?
Amen.
Say amen one more time. It's a beautiful thing. When this thing is laid out right, thank God in your soul, you feel with power and glory. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. It's attractive. It's wonderful. It's bold as a lion. Soft as a mother's touch. It's sweet as Sharon. Strong as Solomon. Wise as Joshua. Fearless as David. Beautiful as Sheba. And strong, thank God, as an ox. When it's done right, brother, it's done beautiful. Also, Bethel, it was settled. Bethel, one of the oldest countries ever. Settled. Just today. You know, that's why I thank God. We want to be steadfast. There's been a couple shakings around in the past 15 years.
Oh my.
That you and I have seen.
My God.
Other places, not just here, around the world.
That's true, brother.
And the first one was about a 6 on the Richter scale. Shook for about 2 years, year and a half. And some recovered, some didn't. But this last earthquake, and God said it was going to be an earthquake. Did he say that? He said that. Shaking, he said, in heaven and earth. But this last earthquake produced a tsunami. The tsunami recently, you heard about the news? Yes. Was 18 foot tall wave. Can you imagine that? 18 foot. What? 800 were killed in the tsunami. That wind, those waves. The same thing now. The tsunami is trying to kill all they can. Sweep you away. And if there's not a steadfastness there, it'll be swept away. And, well, where is God? God warned us about these things. He told us, those that live godly will what? What? Persecution. We know about that. So we've been forewarned to be forearmed. But some things we just can't take with us. Some things are just cumbersome. Some things don't give us buoyancy. Some things are too heavy to carry. Some things, it may not be, it's just a weight. That's why the Bible lets us know, lay aside what? Every weight. The weights can come in different sizes. Some are a half ounce, some an ounce, and you lift how many pounds? How many hundred? 400 pounds he lifts.
My Lord.
Now he didn't begin like that, but he built up like that. I could do about maybe 10 pounds, I think, praise the Lord. Right? I could do 85, I don't know. But then when the devil will start you off on just an ounce, then a pound, then 20 pounds, then 30 pounds, then 40 pounds, and have you bearing the weight of the world on your shoulders. May God help us this morning. Lord, help us. But carrying too much weight, too much responsibility, too much is on us. So something has got to go, because I cannot take it with me. I've had to learn the hard way. When you can't make people be saved, and you can't make them stay saved.
That's true. Man.
You can't make them come to church. They come if they want to, because they are what? Grown. So there's no sense of me going girl with that. I've got to seek God, isn't that right? And let God take care of it, isn't that right? Pray for them. Love them. Draw them. But do you know what? You can lose your own soul. Worried about somebody else. You all know that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You can lose your own soul. Are you listening this morning? You listening?
Yes, sir.
You can lose your grace, your mercy, concerned about somebody else or something else. Oh, yes, you can.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So the person I'm worried about most is not Shirley. It's not you, but this little bald-headed guy. Isn't that right? I mean, I got to make sure because I can't help you unless what? I help myself. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
The Bible says, take the beam out of what? You can do what?
Help someone else.
So first things first, and I can't take it with me. Read on, please.
Then Jacob said unto his household,
Yes.
and to all that were with him, put away the strange gods that are among you,
All right.
and be clean, and change your garments.
Do you remember when Joseph discovered his brothers? He said, look, I want you all to go get Dad. Bring Dad down here. I want to see my father. When you all sold me away, I was 13 years old. I'm 40 years old now, and I want to see Dad. He said, look, in fact, Pharaoh told me that y'all go get him. He said, and bring him down to me, because I want to nourish him and help him. He said, don't take your old stuff. Leave those old clothes. Leave that old food, because we have the riches of Egypt at our fingertips. We're going to move to a place called Goshen, where they have life. So come on down. He said, but leave that stuff behind you. We're going someplace better. Saints of God, today, if we have anything this burdening, the devil loves to burden us down. You all know that? He gets the joy out of that. Because he knows when I'm carrying too much, I can become off balance. It'll wear me out. The devil wants to wear you and I out. Did you all know that? Yeah, understand. Yeah, that denied. Satan tried to do what? Wear out what? The saints of the who? That's his job one. To wear out my mind. Where I can't battle. You know, I don't watch sports at all, but I've heard some boxers try to hit in the stomach. And keep on hitting the stomach. Because after a while, the guy, it wears him out. But then he lets his guard down. And then a knockout. You know, the devil knows we get tired.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And he can sense that. If you're tired, say, Lord, I'm tired. Lord, I'm weary. How you doing? Oh, I'm good. How are you? How are you? Lord, I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm still saved.
Yeah.
Sanctified, but I'm still what? Tired.
Weary.
I've gotten weary with the battle. Weary with the journey. So help me. Will God help you? I said, will God help you? But I'm weary. So something got to go. Maybe I have too much weight. Too much of this, I got to give that up so I can get back on top of my game.
Amen.
So again, saints of God and friends, you can't, some things just are not church of God. Look, it's not no sin, but it's not God's church. We're on the top of Mount Zion. A glorious church without spot. Find it up, please. Let's say Ephesians 5. Briefly, and 11:3. This is a snapshot or a picture of God's church. Wherever it may be, Afghanistan, Sierra Leone, Jamaica, wherever it might be, this is a picture of it. Ephesians 5 and 26. We get an introduction here briefly. Read on, please.
That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word.
So thank God, God cleanses it from sin, sanctifies it, purifies his heart. This is the will of God, even in sanctification. Read on, please.
That he might present it to himself a glorious church.
Now, a glorious church.
Not having spot.
Glory, you got a defense, Isaiah 5:1. You have a defense against the devil. So how is my defense against the devil? You got to defend yourself against him. Because the devil is on the attack. I say he's on the attack. And you got to have a defense against him. A wall, thank God, a fight, isn't that right? You got to have a defense that's going to work. You know, Reagan, 25 years ago, had an idea to have something called SDI. Remember what that stands for? Strategic Defense what? Initiative. He wanted to have the whole America surrounded by a type of shield that if someone shot a missile, it'd be destroyed before it got anywhere near us. And it cost, of course, billions. It never did get all the way funded, but to some extent. The reason why America has been so strong for these years, she's always had a strong what? Defense. IBS missiles. Because of Robert Oppenheimer in 41, the atomic bomb, on and on and on. These missiles. So dear one, we got to be that strong too in our soul. Have a strong defense, or have glory against the devil. In the morning time, strong defense. In the evening time, strong defense. When you come to church, a strong defense. In some cases, isn't that right? Isn't that right? I said, please. Read on, please.
That he might present it to himself a glorious church.
It got some glory. It has a defense. A defense. Not offense only, but a defense against the devil at all times. Read on, please.
Not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing.
Not having spot or wrinkle. Read on, please.
Or any such thing.
Or any such thing.
But that it should be
Everyone, before we pray, how do people categorize spots? How do people categorize wrinkles? It's something odd. I can see a spot in you, but can't see it in myself. You want to know that? Now I can see your problem. It's evident. But my problem, I'm as good as gold. That's not the way things go. I got to see it for what it is. Lord, show me. Isn't that right? Let me know. If I have wrinkles, the power of the Spirit, fire, the Holy Ghost, like those new irons called, what, Wintneritas? Rebenches. They're so hot. Get the sprinkles right away. Well, that's why the gospel is hot sometimes. To get the wrinkles out of the way. Don't have no wrinkles. Are you sure? If you don't, praise the Lord. But you want to do what? Examine yourself. Because each day is different, as you all know that.
That's the truth.
You got to be careful. The devil is a roaring lion. Seeking. Lurking. Whom he may do what?
Devour.
Do you believe that this morning? Amen. Do I can sense it? The devil is after me. I can sense that sometimes. It is actually near me trying to cut my head off. Not wound me, but he wants to kill me. Dead. In the grave. And laugh about it. I can sense that. That he's trying to actually lay me out straight. Nothing left. No life. No help. I can sense that sometimes. But the issue is, I can do all things through Christ. Isn't that right? Because what? So the battle's on. But not me only, you too. The devil hates God's church. He's got the Baptists. Do the best you can. We all sin, you sin. The Methodists lost power long generations ago. So we have the light of God. Living holy 24/7. The devil hates that. But I can do all things through Christ. Read on, please.
That he might present it to himself, a glorious church,
Defense.
not having spot or wrinkle.
Spots, things that we can't take it with us. You can't go. I gotta have it washed away. The song says, what can wash away my sins? Nothing but the blood, right? Residue got to go. Some things I don't do anymore, but the residue is there. The essence of it, what was there? There's something left. I won't do it, but if I'm pressed, I might. I don't know. There's a residue there. I'll tell you about the individual that was pulled over by the police. And he had a razor blade. You know, of course, they cut cocaine and drugs with the razor blades. And he had some left, just a little bit. But that was enough to give him some time. Just a residue. That's why the Bible says, blessed are the what? Pure in heart. For they should do what? See God, Matthew 5:8. Read on, please.
That he might present it to himself a glorious church,
yes,
not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing.
So, no wrinkle, and then what is singular. It's singular, not wrinkles, wrinkle. Or any such thing, comma.
But that it should be holy, and without
blemish. And it's
blemish.
still differentiating. Holy, without holiness, no man see the Lord. What does it mean? You're without sin. Either you're holy or unholy. No middle ground there. Read on, please.
That it should be holy and without blemish.
Oh, dear. Here we are. Some things can't go to heaven. It just can't go. So when it's not sin, but it doesn't fit, though. It just doesn't fit. Now, these are cinder blocks covered with a covering on it. Cinder blocks are usually gray. But I would not put a blue cinder block in the middle of that. It's a cinder block, but the color's wrong. It would be odd. It does not fit. Some things just don't fit. But God will help us. And then when I know in the battle we're facing, we need help from God to keep our focus clear, to keep our legs strong. Amen. Keep our vision in tune. Amen. And God will help us. Amen. Church under much pressure. Amen. Before we dismiss, study was done in Europe 2 years ago. Every year in Europe, 5,000 to 6,000 churches close up. Every year. Here in America, 3,000 close up every year. And only 1,000 or so replenished. So we're lacking about 2,000 a year, church closures. What happened? There's some spots that are there, people don't realize it. So then we're under pressure. Family pressure, church pressure, bodily pressure. And God knows that. But He will help us. I said He will help us. In fact, He's already begun to help us. This morning. You want help this morning? I sure do. And He's going to begin it right now. He's going to begin it right now. God will begin His help, thank God, right now. Because He's a present help in what? a time of need. Anybody in need? I am in need. And God, I said, and God will help us.
Amen.
He promised that. I've never seen righteous forsaken. No, wait a minute. That's two things now. That's two things. The righteous forsaken means I have no help. Thank God I'm by myself. I can't go on. But the Bible says he will never leave me.
No.
Before we pray. Now, the first king of Israel lost God's mercy. And his last 8 months on earth was empty, full of misery. He didn't know where to turn. So he turned to a witch. Black magic. He turned to that and tried to get help. But even the witch would not help him. Thanks to God, the devil will pull you out there and go on your way, and you look up, he'll leave you by yourself. You go by yourself.
That's right.
The devil is the devil.
That's right.
But I thank God will help you. He will lead you in paths of righteousness. Isn't that right? For his name's sake. He will lead you through paths of righteousness. His rod and his staff will comfort you and prepare a table for your enemies. Thank the Lord this morning.
Amen.
So he's able to help us, thanks to God. Whatever we're going through. You know, it's sad to go through, but I'm glad I got some help. Isn't that right? It's sad to go through. It doesn't feel good. It does not feel good. It brings a tear to your eye sometimes, doesn't it? It breaks your heart sometimes, doesn't it? But thank God, you can lean up and know there's help from high on high. Praise the Lord this morning. So let's say a word of prayer. Let's stand before you, please.